from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. Lockett the return. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. Beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
Let's go, D.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A huge play there right off the bat. 42 yards. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
From the 10, first and goal.
Push him back. Push him back.
Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
A gain of
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. To throw again is Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson taking it in. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Solid finish to a solid opening drive, and that's the threat that he represents. He can take off and score on you.
What he makes it is 11-on-11 football, because a lot of the times the quarterback isn't much of a runner, so you don't have to account for him. Well, you do with him, and now he actually gets a lead blocker instead, and he's able to cash that one in.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this carries into the end zone. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Out now comes two-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his 4th year now in the league as he gets set to operate this Houston Texans offense.
When we talk about the best dual quarterbacks in the NFL, don't leave Deshaun Watson out of the conversation. 2 straight years he's been a Pro Bowler. Excellent numbers again last season with 26 touchdown passes, 7 more added on the ground, and firm leadership and control of his Houston Texans team. Now he's looking forward to taking the next step and beating Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson in the playoffs and getting the hit.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It's the veteran K.J. Wright, the disruptive force. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Russell Wilson sacked.
And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he rifles one incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Not a bad start for him. 2 drives for the offense, 2 rushing TDs.
Almost like he's in the percussion section in the band, isn't it? Got a little oomph, right? Got a little crash, got a little bang. He's got it all as he gets to the end zone. 2nd rushing touchdown, as you noted, on 2 drives. He's off to a terrific start.
Okay, you ready? Wait for it. And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. DeAndre Carter returning it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard.
The Texans offense heading out, and big changes in Houston this year. Of course, DeAndre Hopkins out, David Johnson in. And this is a team that won the AFC South, won a playoff game against Buffalo. And looked for a while like they might win another against Kansas City, but not meant to be. But Charles, what chances do you give this Texans team of capturing another division title?
I give them a good chance, and I know that DeAndre Hopkins leaving cast a pall on that city and how people look at the roster. But this is a good football team. And remember, David Johnson has a chance to really jump his play up again. but they also signed Randall Cobb to catch passes as well. And Deshaun Watson is still their quarterback. Oh, and by the way, J.J. Watt, if they get a full season out of him, the defense is automatically improved. Now, the problem is going to be the first 7 games of the season. Kansas City, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, Jacksonville, Tennessee, and, of course, the Green Bay Packers.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was looking down at the schedule as you started to talk. That is a brutal stretch. I guess we'll know after about week 7 where they stand. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down.
Here's Johnson. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
On the carry.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Pass complete from Watson to Akins. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. 16 yards, a first down.
First down, Texans.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Watson. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. It's Deshaun Watson with a touchdown pass to Brandon Cooks. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Lockett the return. And some room to work. Tyler Lockett, 20, 10.
No, sir!
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7.
Jason Myers to kick off.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Here's Carter now on the return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return, the Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The tackle made by Bruce.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
On the play. 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And they once again will have great field position in enemy territory. The kick return game has been strong.
It's been strong. It's been spectacular. And think about the level of excitement it's created for them, because now the offense gets such a great boost by watching that return, extra energy, and they get to run right out on the field and actually attack on offense because they have great field position.
On first down, Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Will Dissly, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll find Metcalf. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Houston set to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Brings up second.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells, but it'll be second down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Watson. Complete, it's Johnson. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
At
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll drop to throw. They'll run the screen with Carson. That catch good for only a couple.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
50-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the Texans, 1st down.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Jamal Adams there on
2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
To throw is Watson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this 1st quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 28 yards. And the Texans draw a bit closer. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Block it, the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
41's coming. 41's the mic. Watch the block.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he goes out right around the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
For Chris Carson.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete.
Wilson's pass.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Steps away. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14.
Texans 14.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Here's Carter now on the return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. Jaron Reed, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
It's 2nd down.
Watson, he fakes to Johnson and now looks to throw. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. To throw is Wilson. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And his throw is incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
Myers' kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13.
27, Texans 14.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Carter now on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
He gets this one to Johnson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Options galore here, second and a few inches. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Texans.
From the gun, here's Watson. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A good rally to the football. Keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 9.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9. Here's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. And he's got Fuller. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Seahawks have recovered.
Russell Wilson sacked. A fumble on the play.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Wilson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Makes the score Seahawks 30, Texans 14.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Here's Carter now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Houston set to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
The 36-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
Complete.
A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Texans cut into that lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And the lead cut down to 9. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
25-yard line.
Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a second.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
By the Texans.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
I think you could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. And
oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Seahawks have recovered. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30, 10,
and away
and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 85 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And that will make this a 16-point lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Carter now on the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Carter on the return. The Texans take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. They'll roll it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. K.J. Wright able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that takes us from second to third down. Third and long. It's Watson. And that will be incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Returnable for Lockett. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
45-yard line.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, he's looked pretty good to this point. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's going to be caught by Nick Ballore. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. There's a throw dropped off to his fullback, and he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing again here, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 7, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
With the handoff to Chris Carson.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Carter now on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
And now out comes Houston, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
On the play.
I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
Intended for
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Chris Carson trotting back out there. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now let's look at David Johnson. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him in football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd down at 5. Draw play. This is Carson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. The Texans here on third down putting an extra defender in the secondary. They run the counter. It's Carson, and he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Houston set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Dumping it off for Johnson. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Underneath for Johnson. Johnson on his poke free. Football's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
By the Seahawks.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep, and Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
A 3-yard pickup.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
At the 28.
They go to Johnson again. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Take him down.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Brandon Cooks. Incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
Stand 10. At their own 23.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7.
The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. To throw is Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
The 3rd down pass. A fumble.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But
and they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the 1st down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Darren Fells.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st down, Watson sliding out of the pocket. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Taken down by Bobby Wagner. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Seahawks 13-yard line.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They have the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. He may try and run for the and put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Texans get a bit closer.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him start to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there. And in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2.
Conversion.
Here's Watson. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Kaimi Fairbairn.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Block at the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll finally be taken down, but he gets inside the Houston 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. 57 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Throw left side complete. That's Carson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Oh, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Seahawks 47, Texans 29.
So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been an automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Here's Carter now on the return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Texans take over 1st and 10. At their own.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Johnson, and he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Again, it's Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's taken down inside the red zone, past the Seattle 15. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 54 yards.
1st down.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Johnson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
Wilson's pass.
It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
6-yard pickup brings up
working with his 2nd and 4.
At the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
For a Seahawks. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On first down, Wilson. And this will be incomplete.
Wilson's pass.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble. And the Texans scoop it past the 20. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And this one's back to an 8-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Lockett the return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
First and 10.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And caught left side, Olsen. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Olsen.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating, there he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball, and that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll make it 3rd down. They go play action with Wilson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They go play action now. Wilson. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Play action. It's Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Here's Carter now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10. At their own 30-yard.
Now a look at Will Fuller as he and the rest of the offense gears up to get ready to go again. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Fairbairn.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Lockett the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Throwing is Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Over 1st and 10.
All right, Brandon, normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 2, Watson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
4th down.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And this game is tied. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, you got 3 down.
Here's Wilson to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Wilson will throw again. Escaping the pressure right. But now he's going to use his legs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll check that down to Carson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
The score, Seahawks 53, Texans 50.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. And the drive starts with a completion left side. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth quarter lead, but whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Short throw to Disley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And they've got the hookup. This is Olsen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah,
a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Now Wilson on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Myers' kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
56, Texans 50.
So it's a drive that ends in 3, and I know that line sounds familiar. It's because I've said it 7 times now, and that leaves him 1 short of the NFL record of 8 field goals in 1 game.
It has been a lot of settling for 3, but I tell you what, it's nice to know that you have someone this reliable to turn to.
Here's Carter now on the return, and they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return, the Texans take over first and 10. At their own 28.
Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll buy some. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
30.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10. Then he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's third down.
Third down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Wilson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball. And right now, I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And that is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete.
Watson's pass intended for Darren Fells. Incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Whitney Merciless showing no mercy. Flies in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line. 2 veterans there, Wilson to Olsen for a Seattle 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
2nd and 8 at the 15-yard line.
2nd and 8 coming up. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
First and goal.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get because remember, if he slides when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. So chalk up another one. That is 8 field goals in one game, and it ties the late Rob Baronis for the most field goals in one game in NFL history.
And in some ways, that's a testament to the futility of your offense. But the reality is, they've needed him in this one, and time again, he's delivered.
On first down, Watson rolling to his right. He'll try and run it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here comes the Texans now. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Going deep here for Stills. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Good job there defensively to push him back on 1st down. I'm not sure if this is 4-down territory or not because they can kick the field goal and get it back within a score. But you know that's not what they're thinking right now. A field goal has to be their last option.
On the move to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
A loss of 3rd down and goal.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Touchdown, Houston.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
The extra point.
And the lead is down to 2. That time a 6-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown.
57.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
25-yard line.
The Seahawks take back over. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now Wilson steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Carson.
And they're going to speed things up here.
Brings up 2nd.
Wilson wants to throw it.
The 25-yard line.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Wilson's pass.
They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
He can run for it, and he will. Give him 10 that time escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First and 10.
And that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
You're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on third, and then the tables turned. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Wilson to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Wilson's pass.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And 7.
Second down at 7.
13-yard line.
To throw is Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. There's Wilson to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Intended for Chris Carson. Incomplete.
Second and 5.
Down and goal at the 5-yard line.
And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. 3 tight ends up front here, third and goal. Wilson. That's complete, right around the 8. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.